The first one, is this it? Yeah. So obviously we're going to talk a little bit of MCU news, Endgame. There's this, just more of a question for you guys. Curious. They're having this Endgame Encore before Doomsday comes out, where they supposedly have added scenes that is going to link Endgame to Doomsday. So it's being hush hush. They're saying that they might show somehow how it links to Doctor Doom's origin. I don't know about that, but I'm curious. Are you guys going to go see it in the theater, or is this something you'd rather wait for Disney to? Do you think it's an important thing to do, or do you think they should be able to just do Doomsday without having to add this little bit in? And I'm not Don. JD, you go first.
I find it interesting. I think this is an admission of failure on the
okay.
I think of a wave of MCU stuff that we're on right now, but I think it's an admission that everything we've been doing since Endgame has faltered for the most part. There have been some good stuff, but a lot of it is, I think, failed to connect with a larger audience. I do think superhero movie burnout is a thing. We'll discuss that later. We were talking about that 2 years ago when I was on the show.
Oh yeah.
I feel like everything Marvel is homework now, and I've been saying that for a long time too. And at the same time, as a guy who likes to go back and rewrite his own stuff and retweak things, I don't hate the idea, because I do think that this Doomsday thing is out of left field. Just thematically, narratively speaking, right? We've done nothing to set up the Doctor Doom character, with the exception of one post-credit sequence at the end of Fantastic Four. All we're doing is saying, hey, Robert Downey Jr. is back, and this time he's a villain. Please buy our movie. I feel like that's work. I feel like that's a strong enough marketing hook to get a lot of people back in. So I don't hate them for trying to connect it better thematically. I do, or narratively speaking, I should say. I do feel though it's an admission that everything we've been doing since then hasn't worked.
Okay. All right. What about you, Don? I know you're not a fan of the Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom casting.
Oh, yeah, not at all. In fact, it's the only reason that I'm given pause for Doomsday. Otherwise, I'm excited as hell because, the whole RDJ thing they're trying to get people interested in. But then you followed it up with, oh, and by the way, here's all these fucking cool X-Men. I'm like, hey, I say no more. But the stunt casting thing, I don't know. If they can write it out well enough after this one movie and give us a real Doctor Doom, we'll see. I'm open-minded, but it's the one thing that gives me pause. As far as this right here, James Gunn opened the door with what he did with his kind of edit of the end of Peacemaker with the Justice League.
True.
And believe me, this is also a total cash grab. They do this, they re-release movies that are trying to jockey for position on the top revenue list or whatever. So it's a total cash grab, which I will absolutely be grabbing the cash out of my pocket and give it to the movie person so I could watch this, because Endgame is a wonderful movie and you're only going to have so many times to see it in theaters, and we're going to get some more stuff from Doctor Doom. Look at the Avatar movie when it had the different Doomsday trailers, and boom, it comes out and it makes $1 million. Nobody gives a shit about Avatar. However, you put an Avatar movie in the theater, boom, somehow you get $1 million, no problem. How much does Avatar? How much does Doomsday? But still,
Endgame.
Or Endgame, sir.
I don't know. The Avatar movies are some of the highest grossing movies of all time, despite me not knowing a single person who's ever gone to the theater and seen one.
Exactly.
It's so weird. But there is a group of people that live and die for the Avatar movies. There has to be, just based on the fact that they keep making them, a shit money.
I saw the first one because there was so much hype about it, and I'm like, it's Pocahontas in space. And then I'd never saw
it's Fern Gully.
Oh, true.
If the fans of Avatar have, because I have a second job and I get to talk to a lot of young people, and so I've talked and so I've searched for these Avatar fans, and I found some.
Oh, okay.
And I did, and they really just shut the fuck up until the next movie comes out. Like she said all of us, we love it, but we're not sitting there watching it over and over again. They don't do the nerd thing that we do, where we got to sit here and hash over every fucking, which I love. That's us.
Is it possible the Avatar fans live fuller, more fulfilled lives than the rest of us nerds? Wow.
Absolutely.
You just made me question my whole existence.
Right. I know, it's same. What do I know? What is left? What is right? Up is down.
I want to address Thrawn's comment here. Homework? ? Yeah, because we've talked about this. Is that like
years.
comics, the movies have now created a barrier of entry where you have to have seen X, Y, and Z before you can go see the new movie, or there's things in it that don't make sense. The girlfriend and I were talking about the new Spider-Man movie, and I just realized I haven't seen any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies yet. And I'm like, "Are you going to go with me?" She's like, "Maybe we'll have to watch at least one of them." Yeah.
My first episode on this show, we reviewed Homecoming.
Oh my God, true. So yeah, I like the idea. I kind of feel like like Don's 100% right. It's a cash grab. I would have preferred if they had just put it on Disney Plus. I would have gladly sat and watched it. Now, because I'm a podcaster with no life, I have to go see this in the theater so we can talk about it.
I don't necessarily. It's just funny because I was just watching Matt Draper's YouTube page. By the way, it's great YouTube page. Never watched it. He was talking about how I like to watch his stuff on the Universal monster movies, right? And he was talking about how the Universal monster movies kind of ebbed in the mid 30s, right? And then they did a triple feature re-release of Frankenstein, Dracula, and Son of Kong for some reason, and it slayed. It made massive amounts of money. And it reignited the Universal monster movies into the 40s, launching Werewolf and all the rest of the second half of that stuff. So this is not something that Disney has created for this. People have re-released movies as long as they've been releasing movies. So I don't think it's definitely a cash grab because these studios, they have to make money. I understand that. There's absolutely a cash grab, but I don't think it's an unprecedented cash grab.
Yeah.
Kassan, this is a Kassan. Man, I haven't read a Kassan quote like this in years. This brings me right back. I'll do this. Kassan Warren says, Endgame is a mediocre movie when you take into consideration how they removed the lost stakes from Infinity War. Yeah, that's true. But I think we all knew going in that they weren't going to keep Spider-Man dead. I don't think anybody was. I think it's like a comic book. Like when you read a comic book, we know that nothing is permanent. Nothing is going to stick. So the question isn't, it isn't a matter of, how will they deal with this? It's how are they going to get out of this? It's essentially the same as we watch the 60s Batman and he's hung upside down swinging above a giant buzzsaw, right? You know he's going to get out. The question is how. So I think that's more the way you have to look into these movies because they are IP. You can't view them, or you shouldn't, I should say, view them the way you would like a normal movie because the rules are different. You know?
Agreed 100%.
It is a genre for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because it's one of the things, total aside, it's one of the things in my mind that really hurts the MCU is the fact that they didn't recast T'Challa because it's like he died off screen because he died in real life. Unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman died, so he died off screen. So you don't get the hero moment. They could have CGI'd him in his suit saving someone, and then
but that would have been
bad too.
I know. I agree with.
They really should have just recast them.
I know they should have, but at the time it was so emotional, the whole situation. I agree with you, but I really have started to see both sides of that.
It do shark repellent spray sells. It do.
Yeah, I see both sides of it, but again, it's just because of people like Hassan, and he's got a point. Like
it does. For sure.
About stakes. And okay, there's a chance where they could have shown superhero stakes or something. And since they're not going to because they're all properties, they should have recast them. I felt it cheapened his legacy, believe it or not, by not recasting him. Because I believe he's such an important character to the MCU, Black Panther, that
I think they handled it as good as they could have. Sure, he was the Black Panther in the comics, so it does stay in continuity. I forget the name of the Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. It's a good movie that I saw one time. It was because it was just like the whole movie is a reminder that it's like an epitaph for Chadwick Boseman, and it serves to that point, and you feel it.
Yeah.
And then you can put it up here on the shelf and never look at it again. Right? Because I don't feel like it's a fun, and it's not a bad movie by any stretch of imagination. It's just not a fun movie. And it reminds of the real life consequences of an unfortunate. God, calling loss of Chadwick Boseman unfortunate is just, it downplays it so much. It's sad. I don't think there was a good way for them out. They're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't, just fucked in all corners. Kassan says, but I think superhero fatigue is founded on poor storytelling and the homework required to keep up. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. But I think we're to the point now with the superhero fatigue that becomes the narrative now of anything that doesn't hit all four quadrants, which I think is what we're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right, so we'll probably watch it for the podcast, and then you guys can wait till Disney Plus. But thanks for hanging out with us on this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast, where true comic fans come to geek out.
If you're loving the Cape and Cow conversation, smash that subscribe button right now. Ring the bell so you never miss a live drop, and head on over to our hub, superheroespeak.com. That's where you'll find full episodes, our socials, exclusive merch, killer blog posts, and way more comic book goodness. Superheroespeak.com. Bookmark it. You won't regret it.
Appreciate you watching, true believers, and we'll see you every Sunday night right here on this channel. And until then, keep your powers in check and don't let your cape get caught in the door. See you next time.